Last but certainly not least, we have Amadeus. He's the CEO of Platinum Boy Music. He has many credits to his name as a multi-platinum record producer, including the theme music for ESPN Sports Center and Diddy's MTV and VH1 shows. Welcome, Amadeus.
How are you guys? How are you guys?
Sports
welcome.
Center. Even I don't watch ESPN, and I know that music.
Yes, it's early. You gotta be up early.
Yeah.
Musicians, we stay up late. Sleep during the day. We're vampires. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
So tell us about your journey.
Oh man, started in fourth grade playing drums.
Fourth grade?
Yeah, fourth grade, and it's funny because I really wanted to learn the saxophone and the trumpet, and I was sick on the day that I was supposed to go in and choose that instrument, and my mom kept me home, and it's funny because my mom never allowed me to stay home from school, so I'm just kind of puzzled on why she didn't allow me to go that day. But the day that I went, the following day, the only instruments left was the violin and percussion. I grew up in the Bronx, you know, in the projects, and I just didn't envision myself walking through my projects with a violin case. So I chose percussion, and once I walked into the room, it happened to be drums. Fell in love with drums, never gave up since. Was the first freshman on seniors band and ran the jazz band and did all of these different things. It turned into producing and production. I was in high school when I produced my first record that came out on the Cradle to the Grave soundtrack in a movie. And now, fast forward, 15, 16 years later, produced for over 70 artists, ranging from J-Lo to French Montana, Chris Brown, Keisha Cole. I've toured with Trey Songz as his music director and tour drummer for the last 10 years. I also have a residency at the #1 hip-hop club in Vegas, Dre's. We have a Music 101 college tour. We visited 30 schools, educating people and the students on the music business. I'm just multitasking as best as I could.
Sound busy there, Amadeus.
Yes, I just landed from Vegas yesterday. Slept for a few hours, and they said I had to be here at 9.
You made
Tell
it.
us about it. Neither of us are
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
We're pretending here.
Okay, good. So we're in this together.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you obviously love the drums, right?
Yes.
And did you know when did it click? Like, oh, this is something I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life. Like, this is my career.
I went in the studio. I had a family friend, and he allowed me. His name is Buck Wild. He's a legendary producer as well as part of the Bad Boy Hitman team. And he took me to a few studio sessions, and I think Busta Rhymes is in one session, Missy Elliott, LL Cool J, and this was years like when I was a teenager. And I just saw the process of like production and producers working with artists and stuff like that. And I just fell in love that night. And I remember making the decision that night, like, this is what I want to do. I want to become a producer. I want to be the guy behind the scenes, creating music and melodies and drums. And it just kind of just made sense as a musician already, as a drummer, to just make beats. Because, drums has everything. I mean, production has everything to do with drums and instrumentation. And that was my area. So it just made sense to me.
That's cool.
So what is your advice for people? You've had to work pretty hard to get where you are. I imagine nothing was given to you.
Nothing.
But you make it look glamorous now.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I'm like, just came back from
There's my camera right there. Thank you.
Vegas.
Wait, I didn't know where to look. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Everybody out there, all right?
You make it look glamorous now, but it wasn't easy, right?
No, and it's still not. Even producing for over 70 artists and touring the world and doing all of these amazing things, it's very challenging. The challenging part is the desire to keep going, to keep pushing. There's a lot of people that say no. And still, even to this day, that say no, that try to close
Even with that
door.
resume, like, turn on ESPN,
Crazy.
you're going to hear my music.
That matters. That the resume matters and is appreciated by fans and people like yourselves who appreciate music and love artistry. But your colleagues and the people of the music industry and the business, it's like, okay, you did that yesterday, so what? Like I just produced 5 songs with my team of producers on Chris Brown's new album, right? And it just released on Halloween and everything like that. But amongst the colleagues in the music business, like, okay, that's cool, but now what?
Yeah.
So it's always a thing of always working and finding something new and creating something new. You know what I mean? So.
Do you ever get worried about, I'm an entrepreneur, and I feel like what you're doing is very entrepreneurial,
Yes.
although you're very established, much more established than I am.
Thank you. No, stop.
Oh, well, I'll get there one day. So do you ever get worried, like, one day the business will stop, or, and how can you kind of ensure that it doesn't, that you have?
I love that question. For me, music is I'm very passionate about music. I love music. Music will forever live. If the music business ended today, I would still create music because it's what I love. I didn't know nothing about it becoming a career or making money, anything about that when I first started. I just loved to do it. You know what I mean? But now it's turned into a business for me, and it's how I provide and take care of my family. So it's different for me now. But I would forever create music. You know what I mean? When you're passionate about something, you never forget. I mean, you never give up. You never throw in the towel. You know, it's days that I get discouraged. I don't want you to think that I'm a robot, you know, but it's days that I get discouraged, days that I feel like throwing in the towel, but that passion and that drive that I have for creating music and the music that I've already created that help change lives or save lives, or somebody can say, hey, this record that you produced, you know, helped me when I was going through this, and I turned that on, and you're the reason, or this song is the reason why I'm still here, or I'm happy, or I'm positive. Like, there's no other feeling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amadeus, you're putting some kick in my step for the rest of the day.
Okay.
You know, after this, I have to go to an office and, you know, get a lot of stuff done. So I always like having exciting guests especially for the last spot, because it gives me, you know,
Awesome.
a little bit of motivation. Sarah here has a huge staff herself.
Okay.
And has a lot to do today.
Yes.
Is it giving you energy?
Yeah, absolutely.
you know,
I love it. I love it.
Listen, I'm going to give y'all this energy. I'm going to pass it on, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to get back in the bed. No, but I'm happy to be here. This is amazing. Myrna, thank you for having me. My partner over there, Uncle Mike, is there. I'm just excited to be here, excited to have this platform to be able to, you know, just encourage people and push people. Like, life is challenging, whether it's music, whether it's, you know, being an entrepreneur, whether it's having your own business, whether it's having a dream. You know, we wake up every day and we had a dream last night. What that dream is up on you. Could have been, you know, about that handsome guy you was looking at. It could have been about that girl you saw walking down the street, you know, or it could have been about, you know, you want to be a musician or a producer or a successful CEO or a stylist or a makeup artist. You know, you can do anything you put your heart and your mind to. Just never give up. You know, and that sounds really cliche, but you're looking at a gentleman from the Bronx. Let me look in the camera. You're looking at a guy from the Bronx. You're looking at a guy from the projects. You're looking at a guy that had to step over, you know, crack vials and gunshots was on the corner. And my mom timed me to go to the corner store. You know, you don't have to be where you come from. And I'm an example of making it out of where I come from. And I love where I'm from. I love the Bronx. I love that. And that's why we go back and we show you, hey, I made it. What's your excuse? And I have so much more to do. You know, I don't want to say, I don't like that word, made it. I've arrived to a level, but there's always another level to get to. You know, so challenge yourselves at home to not just be comfortable where you are, not to just, you know, be happy where you and what you have accomplished, but shoot more. Keep going. You know, they say sky's the limit. I disagree with that, because if you can go past the sky. So if you can go past the sky, then how's it the limit?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, Amadeus, we are unfortunately out of time, but that was inspiring.
I love
So
it.
thank
you.
you.
Bold TV.